Welcome back. Thank you for choosing VR Channel 840, sponsored by Al Gay. Singapore is celebrating a new national holiday. Completion Day demarcates the total implementation of CPR 2100, just 41 years after its initiation and 1 year ahead of schedule. The week-long festivities were opened today with firefly works in actual space and a dinner of global leaders in VR. Singapore media syndicate's iMag, The Strange Times, published a special commemorative issue in paper print to honor the occasion. In an address to the nation, the Prime Minister declared,
"The astonishing foresight and bold planning of our forefathers are at the base of our safe and privileged lifestyle in Singapore today. The steady melting of the Arctic and Greenland ice sheets was hardly taken seriously in other countries at the time."
As early as 2010, designers and politicians in Singapore implemented measures to prepare the island state for the imminent sea level update. Mr. Ho, head of the Urban Integration Authority, stated,
"The eventual submersion design concept, ESDC, changed our planning culture forever. It transformed a goal-driven static economy to a process-oriented communal effort and an update-embracing society. Every step along the construction and the eventual submersion of CPR 2100 is an enjoyable one. We live in harmony with the daily update."
Indeed, most of the elements that shape Singapore's image today were originally stipulated in the CPR 2100 master plan in 2009. The coastal protection ring with its 4 quadrants were all outlined in the plan. Sun City, Bay of Tides, East Coast Parkland, and Jurong Plantations. The National Aqueduct System, which connects the reservoirs within CPR 2100 to the expanded nature reserve, and Singapore's elevated rail system, the S-Loop. Even today's airship base, yacht harbour, and high-speed train stations were already anchored in the scheme. You're with VR Channel 840, sponsored by Al Gay. Today, Singapore not only benefits from fail-safe protection against seawater, but also from extensive high-quality housing and leisure facilities. A total of 900,000 people, or almost 1/5 of Singapore's population, live in CPR 2100 developments. Amongst these is the famous high-density leisure dike, the Cloud and Mountain in East Coast Parkland. But it's not all beach and games along CPR 2100. The declared goal of the planners was to shrink Singapore's ecological footprint to the size of the island and to achieve water, energy, and food security on the very limited spatial resources of the island. One of the most efficient energy harvesters is Sun City in the north of Singapore. Here, solar radiation is reflected from the roofs of the CPR developments and also from retrofitted HDB towns. It's focused at the Singapore Energy Tower, Southeast Asia's tallest building structure.
You're with VR Channel
840, sponsored by Al Gay. Another residential power plant is the Bay of Tides, where energy is harvested at the narrowing of the CPR 2100 through underwater turbines. As water moves through the narrow channel, the current velocity increases. Generators within the twin towers collect this energy and channel it throughout the development. The most significant developments for Singapore's food security are the multi-level factory agri-villages in Jurong Plantations. The roof farms are stacked on top of industrial buildings and provide a variety of crops ranging from rice to coconuts. 5% of the plots are dedicated to fish farming. Irrigation is directly connected to the National Aqueduct System and powered by wind turbines. Food processing and distribution are highly automated and centralized. You're with VR Channel 840, sponsored by Al Gay. Leaders from all continents joined the celebratory VR dinner, except for the President of all Americas, as repair works to the VR lines are still ongoing after the devastations by Hurricane Zeta on North America's East Coast. Amongst the well-wishers, the Dalai Lama emphasized the joy that CPR 2100 brought to millions, raising Singapore's average happiness index to 9.35, hence superseding Nepal as the happiest country on earth for the first time in 20 years. The mastermind and founding father of the task force, the architect formerly known as Slati Badfast, Mr. Tough Cuss, was commended with a Lifetime Achievement Award, but turned it down with the words, quote, "I'm only in my early 80s. My greatest lifetime achievements are yet to come. Bugger off." You're with VR Channel 840, sponsored by Algate. And now the Winergy forecast for tomorrow, Friday, 25th of November, 2050. Extensive sunshine in the morning hours with level 4 radiation intensity and temperatures up to 32 degrees will enable solar gains of up to 24 watt per square foot PV. Strong winds up to 22 knots will hit Jurong plantations at 4:25 p.m. Gains of 40 kilowatt per Suzon turbine can be expected. Currents other than the tidal average will be negligible throughout the day. Energy prices will be adjusted accordingly for tomorrow's trading. 1 watt-hour solar power will trade at 0.85 GCU, wind energy at 1.23 GCU, tidal current energy at 1.05 GCU. Thank you for choosing VR Channel 840. Stay tuned for global news. Swipe M for movie selection. Swipe D for documentaries. Swipe N for news. Swipe R for replay.